Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the South Park Center. I'm here with Sylvia with her movie, A Period Piece. Let's take a look at a clip.
You can do it, Elena. I believe in you.
It's not working!
It's not going in? Just put it in there.
I can do this. It's not wrong.
Sylvia, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much also for your film.
Thank you for having me.
Well, for those that haven't had the pleasure of seeing it, tell us a brief synopsis of A Period Piece.
Well, A Period Piece is about two girls who have like a really strong friendship, and it's about really one girl's experience putting in a tampon for the first time.
And where did your inspiration come from in saying, right, I want to make a movie about this? Where did that come from?
It's from my real life experience of growing up in a small town and having having adventures with my friends and then having experiences like that where I had to be coached in order to put in a tampon, and I also had to coach other friends as well.
You know, I really love that you just, you know, took something that every young girl is going to go through, you know what I mean? And I love that you put this into a film, because I feel like so many times you see these kind of films, and it's a lot when you're going through and you're going through puberty and understanding yourself and your body and everything else and the things that you go through. I love that you made this film. I almost feel like every high school young girl should experience this, because it just takes out the stress of it as well, which is really nice.
It can be very stressful for young women. It can be really scary depending on what culture they're from or what religious background they have. You know, it's a very taboo subject in different households and different communities, and really now as an adult I can look back and think how silly it was this very serious thing, putting in a tampon for the first time. But so I just definitely want to explore that and kind of bring to light a young woman's experience.
And I think, I mean, I was very fortunate where I think I grew with two older sisters and my mom. I was very used to that environment. It was kind of, oh yeah, that's what you're doing. But for many people in different families and circumstances, it's a very difficult thing to kind of go through and understand, and also the emotions that come with that as well. Was it very important you wanted to kind of showcase this coming age film, but also to kind of maybe give a bit of an essence for the audience to kind of react to it in the sense of, like, you know, what a teenage girl may go through, but also how maybe other people treat when young girls are going through that as well?
I think teenagers want to, you know, they don't want to share just everything with their parents, you know, so we kind of keep to ourselves about, you know, topics like that potentially. And it's really our friends that become like really our first relationship, like love relationship, where you can trust that person or empower that person to be, you know, the best that they can. And I definitely wanted to explore that.
And it should be a taboo subject. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Right.
And I think you unraveled that in your film.
So, I mean, we've seen men do all kinds of stuff on film.
Exactly.
So, you know, this is definitely an experience a lot of us go through, and I thought, why not share it?
No, I'm glad that you did. And your cast were just fantastic. Like, they really were great. And they obviously have got to go for a lot of vulnerability doing you know, scenes like this. But how was the casting process for you? Because it was
Sure, I had a fantastic all Latinx cast. My two stars, Selena Castro and Emily Trujillo, were friends in real life, and that's why they have that authentic, like, friendship banter. And I was just happy that I could capture that, because they're really a delight.
And for you as a director, are you kind of like an actor's director, where you kind of coach them how to be or doing certain scenes? Was there kind of an essence of like improvisation? Like, how was the process for you in kind of coaching them?
I love improvising. I love just putting the camera where it needs to be, and then letting the actors play. And if I need to make small adjustments, I will. But for the most part, I like to give people the freedom to explore their character. And I feel like they did that, and especially in the intimate space in the bathroom with Selena, I was trying not to laugh the whole time that she was in there, just quiet, all by herself with the camera right in her face, and just she just went through all kinds of emotions of putting in a tampon for the first time, and it was hilarious and real too.
Yeah. And it was brilliant. And you know, what essentially was the biggest challenge you kind of faced in making it?
Oh my gosh, so the biggest challenge was that it was really incredibly hot. So I took my cast and crew to the high desert, and it was like 115 degrees. Our camera overheated about 3 times.
Oh my goodness.
My fantastic DP, Jesse Wine, kept his cool and was just like, it just needs a little moment. And so we just tried to pray for the best, that everything would be okay.
I feel like you've got a great balance on set to keeping everybody kind of stream. How is that feeling when you're going through those moments though on set and you're like, oh my goodness, like I've got to kind of.
Well, everyone came in with such a great, attitude. They were excited to make a movie. Everyone was happy. I had a fantastic producer on set, Joanna Key. She provided happiness with popsicles and with, just making sure everyone was comfortable. Yeah. And so I think that, despite having to make movies can be pretty difficult, like it was still a fantastic time. Yeah.
I think the one thing I really loved about it was just the kind of the intimacy of the emotions of what one goes through. It was, it was nice to sort of not see things from a bird's eye and actually kind of show the essence of reality. Was that kind of something important in the filming of the actual project you wanted to kind of showcase?
Well, I tried to make it as authentic as I could, so that's why it was really important for me to film there at that specific location. It was a trailer park in Barstow where I spent a lot of my time being a kid and jumping that fence and getting into that pool with my t-shirt.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, so it's nostalgic as well.
Yeah, it was nostalgic, which is also why I decided to use Super 8 within the film too, because I know we all have that, experience of your first, your really good high school friend and experiencing things for the first time, and so I wanted to give it that nostalgic feeling. And then having the actors be friends in real life also aided in the authenticity, I hope. I just really try to make it as authentic as I could.
When going into making this film, what did you kind of want your audience to kind of take from it if you kind of had a choice?
Well, I think I want my audience to come out of it smiling, which has been the response so far, and also to maybe think about, I'd like to see more stories like that. Yeah. From a female lens, and I really hope that people want more. Yeah. I can give it.
You've got it. Don't worry. You definitely got it. What was the experience like at New Filmmakers Los Angeles, and just being there with an audience that get to see and watch a film on the big screen? What was that experience like for you?
It was really cool. It felt super supportive. You have a fantastic audience. Everyone was really welcoming, and afterwards just very talkative. The networking was fantastic, and I would definitely recommend New Filmmakers to. I have friends who've gone through this program.
Oh, good. That's good.
And so I knew that I was in good hands.
You can't get rid of us once you got hold of us. So yeah.
I'll take all the support I can get.
Yeah, we definitely got it. One thing I love what you said last night is just in your filmmaking, and I think making films that just, got some social charge to it as well, but also that you really try to make films through the female lens and showing diversity on camera as well, in front and behind camera, and that's something that's really important to you as well in your filmmaking you were mentioning.
Yeah, I mean I like all kinds of movies, but I think I innately just like to cast with and tell stories about women and people of color. Yeah. And I think that growing up it was hard to have not so many role models on screen. It wears on a person's self-esteem, and I think it's important for young girls and young people to have themselves represented, and I definitely want to do that with the stories I tell, and also with casting behind or crewing up behind the camera as well. So a period piece had 50% female crew and cast too, and then all Latinx cast, and our crew was incredibly diverse. Fantastic. Yeah, so I'm really proud of that, and I hope to continue doing that with the work that I do.
No, most definitely. Thank you for that. And what's next for you?
Oh, that's the tough question, huh? So I'm in post-production for a web series called In Limbo, which is a broad comedy about two frenemies that are sent to live in hell together.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great synopsis.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic. It's written by Antoine Perry and Mark Elias, and they brought me on to direct, and so I'm really excited about that. And I am working towards making my first feature film, which will likely be Who the Hell is Rich, which is written by Luwami Asu.
Wow.
And it's a father-daughter dramedy.
Oh, great.
That I'm really excited about, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's
Among
exciting.
all kinds of other things,
Yeah.
but I'll narrow it down to that.
Yeah, no, I love that. And in your filmmaking, in your work so far, or you as an artist, what is there a piece of advice you go by or that you could share with our audience?
Yeah, it took me a long time. It took me a long time to actually be able to call myself an artist. So I feel like everyone should know that they have an artist within them, and that their voice matters, and that their perspective is valued in this world. And I hope that that's the message I can give to people, to young people especially.
Oh, I love that. I think you just inspired our entire crew as well. No, listen, thank you very much, Sylvia. Thank you for your work. I look forward to seeing the next projects, but thank you for bringing a period piece to us, so I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Sylvia, everybody, thank you very much.